I've in so long. It's been a while. It has been a while. But I wanted to get some things done here. This is, you see that? Canna. And the thing is, right now, these are all on sale in your garden center. You can go and pick up all of your bulbs, which I've been doing, but you buy them as bulbs now. It's way too early in most cases and in most places to put them out. It's the beginning of February right now. But the problem you have is the bulbs are going into a vegetative state. Look at this. This little guy is trying to grow. And if I leave it in this bag with this dried up, compost in here, it's going to die pretty quickly. And that tends to be what happens with a lot of your bulbs, especially with your canna. They go vegetative really quickly. So one of the things that you want to do is if you buy them early, that's fine. And I suggest you do because they're going to sell out. If it's something that you like this particular one is one that I really wanted to get. I love that coloration. Look at that orange fade into that foliage, which is that dark chocolatey burgundy color. Definitely wanted that. But these will be sold out if I wait. Let me move some of the soil around. The trick is to buy them now. For those that start to grow now, you have to get it in a pot now. So I'm going to pot these up, set them under some grow lights. They're not going to go outside until well after the last frost. And I have a lot of plants in here that are summery. This is a warm indoor conservatory. Just kind of clean up enough space here. You know what? Add a little bit of. I don't mind these growing. So typically you'd have this going and you say you don't want to get a lot of growth on this. I don't mind if I get a lot of growth. So I don't mind putting a little bit of fertilizer on that as well. I use we have a little bit left here. This is some left over from last year. All-purpose, continuous release, 6 month, a little bit of fertilizer. I don't mind it growing big and luscious because it's going to go out. It's a canna. It's going to be big and luscious. Let's see what are the conditions on this. What's going to be? See if it has the height. No, I don't see the height that this one is going to get. It's going to grow to height 50 centimeters, which would be right under 2 feet tall. So it's going to be a short one, 20 inches. So it's right up under 2 feet tall. Nice short canna. A lot of canna, I've been noting that a lot of the newer canna that's coming out have been shorter. I think that's great for container planting, great for people with smaller spaces. When I was growing up, my dad collected canna. It was one of his favorite flowers. And I may have told this story before, but when I was a kid, he'd drive around with a shovel in the back of his truck. And anytime we'd be passing canna, say in a ditch or in anyone's yard, he would actually go, he would go to them, knock on the door, say, hey, can I get a piece of that? And a lot of people almost always would say yes. So we ended up with a lot of different canna in our yard. But they were all of the very large variety, typically around 6 feet tall. So 2 meters, right? Really large. But over the years, I've been noting they've been getting a lot smaller. This is going to be about 20 inches tall at its height. I have some outside that I'm overwintering. I left those outdoors and I kind of mulched them down really hard. Some other things I brought inside. But that's done. That's easy, right? That was not hard at all. Again, you want to get it out of the package. It's growing, it's vegetative. It wants to grow. So you have to get it into a pot right now, many months ahead of when. Let's see, February the 1st or the 2nd or early February. This will not be able to go out to the last frost date here. I'm in the UK, but this probably won't make it outside till about April. It'll be close to April or sometime before I can get this outside. Maybe even a little later, maybe a little after that. But by April, I think I should definitely be the last frost date here. So this is going to be growing indoors for quite a while. I'm only going to put one bulb per pot. It's not going to outgrow this pot in that short amount of time. And again, if it's only going to be 2 feet tall, then I'm not over concerned about it outgrowing. I just don't want it to die in the bag. I have some dahlia here as well. And these aren't, well, this has a tiny little bud on it. We'll get to that in a minute. I may put that one in the pot as well. If you get something and it's not vegetative, it's not already going green on you, not already growing, then it may be fine to just leave it in the bag. some things, gladiolus, gladioli, those tend to not go vegetative. You keep it dry to be fine. But the cannas, you want to keep an eye on them. The dahlia, you want to keep an eye on those as well. You want to make sure that those don't dry out and die. Because if they're going vegetative, and there's no way to reverse it once it starts to grow, like this has shoots on it already. I can't turn that around and say, oh no, don't grow shoots. It's going to continue to do it. All right. So this little guy here, nice. Look at that, roots. And here's a nice little shoot. What'll happen if I don't take it out of the bag? It'll dry up. There's not a lot of moisture in here, not a lot of light. And it will dry out and it'll die in the bag. So when you go and you buy these later on in the year, when a lot of people go in and buy them out of your garden centers, sometimes they will have already sprouted in the bag and died. In the garden centers, they will still sell them to you. Just like that. They'll still sell it. Yeah, they'll still sell that to you. If you don't know how to check it. What are you checking for? Well, if you're looking in the bag, you want to look to see if it has a shoot that looks all brown, because when it was put in that bag, there was no shoot on it. If it has a shoot that looks brown and dried up, if you feel the bulb and it's crumbly, absolutely put it back. Please do not buy. If you feel this, like let's see, this is dahlia here. And if you feel on this and it crumbles, that is a dead bulb. It is desiccated, it is dried, it's gone. You're just throwing your money away. It should feel like a firm potato. If you ever picked up a potato or a yam, it should have a very similar texture where if you squeeze it really, really hard, not too hard, you don't want to break it. If you squeeze it, you feel a little, just a tiny bit of give and it kind of pushes back just a little bit. It should be a firmness to it. And what I like to do is I like to look for a little shoot. These had green shoots coming off them, so I knew they were vegetative, meaning they were going to die. I don't like to buy bulbs out of bags and they're already dead. You bring it home and it doesn't do anything. So if it looks too dried out, if it's crumbly, no go. And if it has a little shoot on it that's turned brown because it's dried out as well, also no go. So these two, kinda easy, they're done. They're potted up just like that. That's all it takes. I have a shelf over here. It has grow lights on it and they'll sit there for the next couple months. Let them grow, let them do their thing. I'll set that here for now. I'll put them up in just a few minutes. Okay. Now this is a nice dahlia. I picked this one because it has this Arabian Night. Look at that. Dahlia Arabian Night. That's why I picked this one. Now, dahlia tend to be tender perennials, meaning if it doesn't get too cold, doesn't go down below freezing, it may survive outdoors. But you would like to maybe bring it in the fall. Not the case right now. These are already in. How tall is this going to be? It's going to be pretty big. It says 90 centimeters. You know, I'm an American, and I will admit it, and we do everything in feet, inches. I really wish that we would switch to the metric system. They teach it to us in school, but it's taught and never used. I don't know if you know anything about that, like in your schooling system, but in the US, they teach us the metric system. We learn it in elementary and then we proceed to never use it. Unless you have a science degree, you use it sometimes there. So I always have to go back to my phone to see, to convert it over for me. But yeah, this has a nice little shoot on it. This is easy. Same type thing. Nice little hole here. And all that goes into the soil. Now this little stem piece, this was the stem that was the top. It's broken off, it's fine. And that little shoot, I'll just leave it sitting right above the soil level. Now add just a little bit of fertilizer to this. Where I say the Zaza packs, I'm not sure what that is. I would play along with the joke. I'm old. I don't even know what it is. I'm unk. Okay, that's easy. I have one more here. It's another begonia. Let me set this one to the side and get this other one over here. Alrighty. just gonna mix a little bit of fertilizer in right now. This is a good time to go to garden centers and buy your seeds that you want to buy. I'm really excited for the growing season. It's coming up here in a few months. I have some seeds that's already starting to get delivered to me. I am on a mission this year. I tried it a couple of years ago, didn't really do it last year. I'm definitely doing it again this year. I'm on a mission to grow a giant pumpkin. And when I say giant pumpkin, let's say how big am I talking? Well, anywhere between 100 pounds up to about 1,000 pounds. So big. I want to grow a big pumpkin. A really big pumpkin is what I want to grow. And I've spent about $120, I think, just on pumpkin seeds. So if we were talking in pounds, maybe like 85 pounds on pumpkin seeds. And those are getting delivered to me. And those I will not plant just yet. And I'm going to make a big pumpkin patch in the backyard. If you know anything about, if you remember the Charlie Brown and the giant pumpkin, I think that's what it's called, the great pumpkin. But yeah, the Charlie Brown thing, that's what I want to do. Now, this is a perfect example of something I don't necessarily have to plant yet. If you look at these begonias here, that chrome, that is not vegetated at all. That's in a nice dried up state. And so I don't have to plant these right now. I can wait on these and grow these out later. So to be honest with you, I think I may just do that. They're nice, they're dried out, they feel firm, they're not sprouting anywhere, there are no sprouts on it. If you already have sprouts, then I say get it into some soil. But there are no sprouts on these, they look good. And you know what? I'm gonna just set these to the side and give them a couple months. And then I will plant them closer to the time that when I would want to put them outside. So I'm not going to plant them right now. I don't have to. I don't want to. I don't want them to actually, if they're not, I don't want them to start growing. I really don't, because I know it's not necessarily something I want to do. So let's take these cannas. I put those in soil because they're vegetated, because they're growing. I don't want to grow my summer plants right now indoors. It's not optimal for them. Even though I can put them under grow lights, they still might get a bit leggy and be, the stems will get really long as they reach for light, because wow, that's going to bloom here. I just saw a plant that's about to bloom. I didn't even realize it was going to bloom indoors. It didn't bloom at all last year. It's a big pot, so I don't think I'll pick it up and show you, but I'm just surprised. It's a crinum that I have over here in the corner, and it's going to bloom. It's really cool. But yeah, I'm not going to plant those right now. I'm going to hold off on these and just kind of wait. So what else I have going on here? Well, I just repotted, just the other day, I repotted one of my indoor plants. This is a philodendron, and you'll notice that there's a bit of damage on some of the leaves, and I'll take the blame on that. I think some inconsistent watering is what happened here. But look at this, variegation on the leaves. This is philodendron white wizard. It's one of my favorites. I really do like it a lot. It's a beautiful plant, and it's getting nice and stemmy. And so this is tied, you may not be able to see it, it's tied in place because I'm trying to take it and train it to go up, because it was kind of just growing in all kind of directions. But I have it up now. It's not laying off to the side. It was in the bad condition, inconsistent watering, hurt my leaves here and here. You notice the leaves, part of the leaves that died also were the white part of the leaves that doesn't have chlorophyll in it. So it wasn't actually adding anything to the plant, but still, it doesn't look good to have these brown section on these leaves like that. It is what it is. These newer leaves look really good. I may also want to get a little bit of fertilizer on this. Maybe a little bit of a nutrient issue as well. Just add some bit of fertilizer around here, just in case there's a bit of a nutrient deficiency. I hope not, but just in case, I'll put a little fertilizer around that. So now I want to get back to going back to doing a lot of lives on this channel. I haven't been doing it. I've been really busy. I have several YouTube channels that I kind of try to keep up with. And I've been still doing things on the garden channel, but mostly I've been focusing on, I do a lot of time lapses. And so where you do blooms, and I have bloom time lapses, you can look on the channel, you can see those. And I've been doing a lot of balloon time lapses. I haven't been doing as much with my indoor plants and some outdoor plants a little early for that. But I'm like, you know what? I haven't been doing a lot of lives, and the lives are a lot of fun. And I want to start doing more lives on this channel. So this was my way to commit to myself, because I said I was going to do a live this weekend. It's late on a Sunday night right now to get ready to go to bed here in a few minutes. But I said, hey, I want to do more lives. I haven't been doing them. How do I get back active with being in this space and doing more lives? And I said I had to do it today. So I jumped on here. I want to do a couple lives. I don't have a lot that I want to get done. Not this late. There's a lot of things I want to do, but I don't want to start I don't want to start too many new projects. But hey, drop down in the comments. I will read the comments, and if you see this video later on, because I'm going to let this post the video, leave some comments or something you'd be interested in seeing. Some of the plants I have here, some other things you want to get into, we could talk about it. But this is a garden channel, and I do love talking about garden. I'm getting excited because Chelsea Flower Show is right around the corner. The entire flower show season starts up here next month, and I'm excited about that because I really am into ornamental plants, indoor plants, and I do some garden plants as well. I'm talking about I grow a lot of peppers, tomatoes, but a lot of what I really enjoy is a lot of the indoor ornamental plants and outdoor ornamental plants. And ornamental plants are things that you grow because they're pretty, not necessarily because they deliver any type of food. If you're into vegetables, then you're growing vegetables, and then you're going to eat that. So I don't necessarily grow vegetables for that purpose. I grow a lot of tomatoes, and I rarely ever eat them. I grow plants because I think they're pretty. So we're talking a lot of roses, lilies, and calla lilies, different types of lilies, agapanthus, just a lot of beautiful flowers. I like flowers that are really pretty, a lot of canna. So I just like really pretty flowers. So that's what I tend to focus on this channel, more of the ornamental flowers and plants than the vegetables. But, you know, I do talk about vegetables a little bit. So if you're interested in it, I can talk about it a little bit more. All right, guys, it's a little late. I hate this, but I should have jumped on here earlier, really busy. But I'm going to try to get more lives going on this channel. I'm glad to be back at it again, you know, starting out here this new year. The channel is up to 3,000 subscribers now. So last year was a bit of growth. Last year, I can't remember exactly where it was when I started, but it was nowhere near 3,000, maybe like 500. So we jumped up to 3,000 this year. So starting out the year 2026, excited about what's going to be happening on the channel going forward. So I'm really excited about that. And I will talk to you all soon. Do take care.